Hi, I'm Gail and welcome to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com. Today we're going to make a low-carb Colcannon. It's St. Patrick's now, so happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. And this is an Irish dish that is very popular for them, and they've actually made a song out of it. It's either called Colcannon or the skillet pot. And one of the singers is Mary Black. I actually looked it up on YouTube, and it's quite a cute song. But anyway, I'm a little confused on, is it kind of a soup? Is it the main dish? I'm not sure, but we're going to convert it into low carb. It's basically, normally it would be potatoes, kale, or cabbage, and you can throw in some kind of meat in there also. So let's get started, and I'll show you how I improvised and made it into low carb. So I am getting prepared to put our meal together, and I'm going to use, it's a quarter of a large cauliflower. So I don't know if you remember this little gadget, but this is the Miracle Chef Deluxe slicer. So I've got it on thin slice, and I'm slicing it, the cabbage, nice and thin, so you can see how it's nice and thin. So I'm going to continue cutting up my cabbage, and then we'll go from there. So I shredded up a quarter of my cabbage, and I did it very fine, and it worked quite well. Now I have a head of cauliflower that I've taken off the leaves and a bit of the core, and we're going to just steam this. I'm trying to do it as easy and quickly as possible, so it's not a great big chore putting this together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put my cabbage on the side here, and then I'm going to put my cauliflower here, and I'm going to steam the whole thing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Herbamare, and this is this container is in bulk and it doesn't have a shaker, so I put it into my own shaker, and I am just going to sprinkle some on top. Measurement wise, probably just under a teaspoon. We're going to put the lid on, and we're going to turn it on for 25 minutes. I find this is the easiest and fastest way to do it, and you're not having to do all these different steps. So by me putting it in the steamer, it cooks it all up together. While my cabbage is steaming, I have about 260 mils of leftover ham that I had in the fridge. So I'm just going to cube it, and we'll just set it aside in a dish till we're ready. This ham is so good with this dish. And you need to pay attention to the type of ham that you buy, because there's a lot of nitrate-free out there and carb-free. So you just need to keep an eye as to what is out there. Now, it was Maple Leaf brand that I bought, and it's nitrate-free, and it is actually zero in carbs also. I've got a half a cup of butter in my pot, and I'm going to add in 4 scallions that I've chopped up. And I'm just going to kind of saute them, soften them up, and have my butter all melted to get ready to mix it in with my cauliflower. Now my cauliflower has been steamed. I don't know if you see here, I've graduated to a new Ninja. I've got the more powerful one. I've had my other one probably for about 6 years, and the rubber seal was starting to go on it, and my one daughter said, "I would love to have it, Mom," and so I gave it to her, and I got a new one. So we're just going to put in our cauliflower into the Ninja, and we're keeping our steamed cabbage in the steamer. We just get the lid on here, and we will get it started. So now I'm just going to take the lid off, and I'm going to put in my butter and my onions, and we'll blend it up some more. Now, with this Colcannon, we are substituting the potatoes with our cauliflower. Okay. So now what we're going to do is just take the cauliflower off of the blade. Set that aside. Bring in our pretty green, bright dish. Put in our mashed cauliflower, which normally would be potatoes. Then we're going to take our cabbage that we've cooked in the steamer with the cauliflower. Now, if you don't have a steamer, you can use a pot of water, and you can actually cook it in a pot of water, or you could use a steamer with a colander and do that also. So we're going to mix this up. And cabbage and cauliflower are my favorite low-carb food. It's just amazing how much you can use with recipes with this. And if you go on my site, lowcarbrecipe.com, you're going to find that there is tons of different recipes on there, and you'll see the variety of things that you can do with it. Now my cubed ham, we're going to put this in also, and we're going to mix that up. Now you give it a little taste, and if you think it needs a little more seasoning, add a little more Herbamare, or just add a little more salt. And when you're serving this, when it goes on each dish, the way they're explaining it online is that they take a plop of butter and let it melt in the center on each plate that you're serving it, and you're all set. And it's quite tasty. It's just such a lovely change, and you can eat a lot of it because it's low carb and it's really awesome. So here is our low carb Colcannon, Irish Colcannon. It's a great recipe. I wasn't really sure what it was all about, thinking maybe it was a soup because it kept looking like they were serving it separately. But it's basically like a mashed potato with cabbage in it and bacon, or sorry, you can put bacon in it. Bacon would be delicious in it. Ham, any kind of meats really. It's delicious. Go to my lowcarbrecipe.com. Try this recipe. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. I hope you enjoy it, and all the Irish people out there, really happy St. Patrick's Day. You take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.